I'm going to talk about putting one's heart into music. And before I start, I should tell you where I am. I'm 2 stories underground, underneath the Stravinsky Fountain in Paris, next to the Pompidou Center. So this is the lab where I work. It's the Sciences and Technologies of Music and Sound Lab. And I am running a large ERC project at the lab using data science and citizen science to study music performance, and also have a side project looking at music interventions for hypertension. For the main part of the Cosmos project, we're building a citizen science platform for people to learn about music performance, but that's not what I'm talking about today. But I wanted to show you Cosmonaut, which will soon be launched for looking at music performance. And these are my wonderful team members who are working on these projects with me. And so here we go. This is what the topic of today's talk. And here is a transcription of an ECG sequence. And up there on top is the music notation representing this rhythm. And this is a music sequence that follows that rhythm. Just to show it's not a fluke, I'll do it one more time. This is another rhythm. So the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2 is actually a tango rhythm. And so this is a tango by Piazzolla. And this is the music that steals. It follows the ECG. And so the question then is, why is it that ECG sequences can be transcribed into music? And this is what ECG looks like. It basically records electrical activity of the heart when the atrium pumps, when the pulse gets initiated, then the atrium pumps, and then the pulse goes through the AV node to the ventricles, and then the ventricles pump. And so we have this in the ECG trace. And the interesting thing is that well, we know that in the normal heart, that rhythm is very regular, but even in an abnormal heart, a normal heart that has abnormal rhythms, that rhythm also has very nice musical properties. And the reason, well, I don't have the reason for that. But if we look at the data for what those durations look like between those beats in the pulse, you'll see that they actually, in abnormal rhythms like this one over here, the consecutive intervals, the ratios between them, which is kind of the swing ratio, make very nice intervals like, well, we expect it to be 1. It's not really 1, but when you have arrhythmia, like ventricular ectopics, it might be 2, or it could be 0.75 or 2.5 or 0.6. So these are all very nice ratios that then mean that we can write it out in music notation in nice proportional notation. And so here's an example of a very simple ventricular ectopic rhythm by Gemini repeating. And the music notation below. This is a more complex kind of ventricular ectopics with different shapes. So this is polymorphic. And if we look at this, bum, 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 that is a rhythm that occurs naturally in music. And this has led some cardiologists to speculate that Beethoven may have had arrhythmia because these kinds of rhythms can be seen in his music. And here's another arrhythmia sequence, and the Beethoven example, da 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 da. And with that, what are the implications? Maybe we might have music in medical education, or music information retrieval might be able to help in cardiovascular research. And here are some references. And I recommend that if you have time, take a look at our little etudes for piano based on ECGs of arrhythmias. That's it. Thank you.